Once upon a time, in a vast and prosperous kingdom, there was a renowned scholar named Elias. He was known for his wisdom, and the king often sought his counsel in times of need. However, many nobles in the court were envious of Elias, believing he had too much influence over the king. One day, during a royal feast, the king said, "Elias, your knowledge is unmatched, but I have heard that your son, Oliver, is a simpleton. He lacks wisdom and common sense." Elias frowned and replied, "Your Majesty, I find it hard to believe. My son is intelligent in his own way. What makes you think otherwise?" The king laughed and explained, "Every morning, as I walk through the marketplace, I see Oliver sitting by the fountain. I place the coins before him, one made of gold, and the other made of copper, and I tell him to take the more valuable one. Every day, he picks the copper coin. The people laugh at his foolishness, and I must admit, even I find it amusing." The nobles chuckled, and Elias felt his face flush with embarrassment. Without a word, he left the court and went home to speak with Oliver. "Son, is it true that the king offers you a choice between a gold coin and a copper coin, and you always take the copper one?" Elias asked. Oliver smiled and nodded. "Yes, father." Elias sighed. "But why? You know that gold is far more valuable than copper, don't you?" Oliver grinned and walked over to a small wooden chest in the corner of the room. He opened it, revealing a massive pile of copper coins. "Father," Oliver said, "if I had taken the gold coin the first time, the king would have stopped playing this game with me. But because I always choose the copper coin, he returns every day, offering me another choice. The people laugh, but I collect a coin every single day. If I had taken the gold coin just once, I would only have one, but because I take the copper coin, I now have hundreds." Elias stared at the pile, realization dawning upon him. His son was not foolish, he was remarkably clever. He had turned the king's game into a steady income. The next day at court, Elias addressed the king. "Your Majesty, I have thought about what you said, and I must admit you were right. My son is not wise in the traditional sense, but he has a different kind of intelligence, one that sees beyond the moment." The king was intrigued. "What do you mean?" Elias smiled. By choosing the copper coin, Oliver ensured that this game continued. If he had chosen gold, the game would have ended. In his so-called foolishness, he has collected far more wealth than he would have otherwise. Perhaps wisdom is not always about making the obvious choice, but about seeing the long-term benefit. The king was silent for a moment, then burst into laughter. "Your son has outsmarted us all." From that day on, the king no longer saw Oliver as a fool. Instead, he admired his cunning. The nobles, who once laughed at him, now spoke of his intelligence. And Oliver continued to collect his copper coins, knowing that sometimes appearing foolish was the smartest move of all. Moral of the story: in life, true wisdom is not always about making the obvious choice. Sometimes, those who seem foolish are the ones playing the longest game. Don't let the world define intelligence for you. Find your own way, and success will follow. Please like this video. I'll see you next time with another story like this. So be patient, be grateful, and keep moving forward in life.